Welcome back, guys. It's another episode of Speaks and Sip. The Aaron Elijah here. I got Fit Losifer with me. Dre is in the building today.
I'm back, as you heard.
He made a cameo. Okay.
Back in the building.
And we have a special guest who I have with us. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hey guys, my name is Kelechi Ezihi, the founder and CEO of Golf Insight.
That's right. Okay, so just for a little backstory, Kevin and I actually went to Golf Insights, right? We went to the venue. We went to check it out. It was a golf simulation, right?
It's a simulation.
Yeah, it was a simulation. So they have literally lanes of simulations.
Okay.
Right? It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good experience for myself. I could say that when I get there, Kev's already teeing off.
That's right. He was there early?
He was there early, teeing off.
Yeah.
So, like, what was your experience at Golf Insights?
Nah, listen, let me tell you something. That's a wonderful spot. Like when I say that's a wonderful spot, because like a lot of times when I go out of town or something like that, I might go to like different places that have the golf, but something like that in New York was like beautiful.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in heaven.
Yeah, it was.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's official.
Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Nah, it was definitely a different experience for sure. I feel like that isn't like the norm per se when it comes to like going to like experience something in New York City. So if you're going out, you're going to like whether the club scene or maybe you're going to play pool or to throw darts or something similar to that accord. Yeah. But in reference to being able to play in the city as well, to play golf, whether it's simulation or if you're on besides like what do we know it to be, if we go maybe Long Island, somewhere where there's more space where you have opportunity to actually golf. I think this was a great experience for those that may have been curious, those who played. There was a dude that was a baseball player, but was he nice? He was nice, like whacking shit. Like
Yeah.
I got good there. I got good there. I was trash. I got good when I was there. Like, go ahead, yeah.
So that's the point about this event, because whether you're a new golfer or you don't play golf at all, or you want to get into the game, you come to this event and you get like a little lesson.
There's a lesson?
Like a mini lesson.
Yeah.
You have people that play that are willing to teach you for free.
Yeah.
At the events and stuff. So that's why it's a good place to get your first intro to golf at the Golf Insights experience.
Okay, I like that.
No, I'm trash, so I'll take any help I can get.
Yeah, so definitely come to the.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. So okay, so let's get into like where did it derive from you? Like at what point did golf become like the it thing for you?
Great question. Let me see. So I've always been around golf. I grew up working at a country club. Okay. But I never played golf that much. I play like twice a year. That's not really playing golf.
It's not often.
Yeah. Because I grew up around at the country club I worked at. It's mostly white people and few older like black men that come out there and play golf. And like I'm like, yo, like this thing called golf. Like, what the hell is this? Like, I don't see why this is a sport that I will ever want to get involved in. Yeah. And then fast forward 4 or 5 years later, I moved to Indiana. I had a job out there, and I moved out there for like almost a year. And if you go out there, there's nothing to do out there but play golf and plant corn and smoke cigars. I can imagine. I didn't want to plant corn.
You don't do no more planting no more.
Yeah. So instead, I picked up golf instead, and I had these guys out there, and whenever I want to play golf, they're always on speed dial. They're ready to go. So I like that, because now I got some friends I can just call and we could go play golf. And then fast forward a couple of months later, I came to New York. I couldn't find anybody to play golf with. I was lonely. I was a lonely golfer. Yeah. I was playing golf alone. I was making solo content, and it was just kind of boring. Whenever I go to events and stuff, and professional age settings, I ask fellow black people like, "Hey, like let's go play some golf." And once I mentioned that word golf, I got that look like. Yeah, what? Like what? Like,
I would have did the same thing.
What's this guy?
Whose man's is this?
Whose man's is like what? And so now, just like that, I noticed like a barrier. Like I noticed now we need help because it's a thing that people want to get into, but they don't know how to get into it. So that's how we started the Golf Insights movement.
Okay, I love that. Yeah, when it comes to golf now for you, right? How much time do you have under your belt? That's question number one.
How much time?
Yeah. The experience itself.
So that's the thing with golf, because you could play golf at the age of 2 till you die. Literally, till you're 100 years old. Yeah. You could still. I have a guy that's 84 years old. He's hitting the ball like 250 at 84 years old.
It's crazy.
And
It's natural. It comes out. It's like muscle memory.
He will bust my ass.
Yeah,
Like anything he wants. He is that nice. So he just like literally could play golf at all ages. So
Skill set. Yeah. Okay. All right. When it comes to, so I know we did have a brief discussion in reference to what the real mission was when it came to the Golf Insights and just like your feelings towards the golf community, I say, or those you want to be interested within the community.
Yeah.
In reference to that, correct me if I'm wrong, but the mission more so from what I understood was having more people similar to us to be present in this field where we actually learn, where we learn the skill of golf and what comes with it. The networking, meeting with people, connection, once again, the skill set to have it, and realizing that it may not be so different or something that we should be avoidant from.
Yes, that's definitely the message I'm trying to put out there. But also, it's not just people like us. It's not just black people.
Yeah.
There's also a few Puerto Rican, Spanish people, white people that's out there that don't know how to play golf. So my point is golf is inclusive. Everybody's involved, not just this race, everybody. So my message now is I'm trying to push the game because golf is a sport that is very, very stereotypical.
Yes, stereotypical.
And like people assume that golf is for the rich, old white men and the white kids, but it's not. Literally everybody can play the sport. Whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're Indian, whatever you're Spanish, you can still play the sport. So that's what I'm trying to put out there, that message, pretty much.
Okay, let me ask, what built your values or like those influences for you?
What built my values?
Yeah, in reference to golf or just how you carry yourself through life for where you are now?
Whew, damn, that's a good question. I mean, like, hold on. So you're trying to find out what made me who I am today? Is that what you're trying to find out?
Basically, yeah. In other words, yeah.
Well, I'm African. I grew up in an African household.
Mm-hmm.
So, just from childhood, our parents instilled us that, like you have to respect others or you have to treat others the way you want to be treated. So I always treat people the way I want to be treated. Like if I don't even know who you are, I have to still give you respect regardless.
Absolutely.
Because you never know who that person what that person's going to be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So you just always have to be nice to everybody, and you just just hope that in the future that favor could like come back to you. So I just approach each situation with that mindset, pretty much.
That's good.
Okay, yeah. I like that. To be honest, I think that's something we should all lead with. It gets lost.
Yeah.
It gets
we need
lost.
to treat each other better. You know what I'm saying?
It
We all
definitely
need
gets
to do
lost,
that.
but I think that's something we all need to lead with.
Yeah.
So, all right. So now, in reference, okay, all right. So, in reference to golf, what other before just this? What whether it was activities, sports type, what was your interest?
Ooh. So I first started with soccer. I was a big soccer guy.
Okay.
Grew up in Nigeria. That's all I played, soccer. And then when I moved to America, I picked up basketball. It was funny because in Nigeria we call soccer football.
Yeah.
So then when I moved to America now, right, and doing gym class, they say, hey, let's play football.
So you're thinking, yeah.
I'm thinking, ooh, I'm about to off their ass. But, and then they brought out this like coconut, this shape. I was like, what the hell is this? This is not football. What the hell y'all playing?
Exactly, yeah.
And then I noticed they call football soccer. I was like, But I picked up basketball shortly after that, just because I just lost interest in soccer. The main reason was because the girls love the basketball players.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's get to the shit.
You can just really,
To the shit.
Yeah, so I noticed that the girls were mostly watching the basketball games. So I was like, I'm in the wrong sport, man. Let me switch over to basketball. And I played basketball 2 years.
He was willing to adapt,
You know what I'm saying? Adapt and listen.
Word. Yeah, so I did basketball and I also did track too. I did track. I tried volleyball for a little bit. It didn't go nowhere. Literally for like 20 minutes and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I tried to play football, American football for real.
Okay.
So let me tell you what happened. So I went to a football tryout, right? And they brought out like a textbook. You gotta learn this
The
play.
playbooks.
I was like, what?
Textbook,
She's telling me I gotta learn this play on top of my midterm and my essay. I was like, yeah, hell nah.
I'm not doing that.
But you see what happened so now, right? At this point, it was when I knew I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I went to the tryout now, right? And I saw this guy get hit. Boom. I was like, oh yeah, I'm done.
It's like, not for me. Not for me, yo.
Quiet.
I was like, hell, I'm out of here, bro. This is not for
I don't
me.
blame you. That's definitely not.
I quit football when I was like 8, 9. It was
He's like,
quiet.
nope, not doing
Word. I did flag football. I was the man in flag football.
All they gotta do is just pull the
That's
tag.
it. They
That's
couldn't
it.
catch me. Once they start tackling, I'm done.
Word.
Done.
Okay, so in golf, to those who, even for myself, like I may not be aware, but how do you get yourself through like those rough patches or like the pressure that comes with it when you play the sport? What works for you? I feel like everyone has like something, like some type of like gesture that they may do or something that works, a creative space or a mental block or something like that helps.
I would say in golf, just the fact that you're out there alone, that kind of calms you down a little bit. You know, just because literally, like, I've gone to the golf course when I'm stressed. I have like a lot of things in my head.
Yeah.
And literally, when I pull up to the golf course and I grip that club, nothing else matters to me. Nothing else matters. It's just me and the ball and what I'm about to do right now. That's all that matters to me at that moment. And, you know, we just then after I'm done playing golf, I get in my car. I'm just like, shit.
Sense of relief.
Yeah, yes. So it's just like, you know, it just the sport alone itself is already stress reliever already. So, but sometimes it could be stressful sometimes. So don't get it wrong.
Okay.
Golf can be stressful too. When you're playing really bad, that should get stressful.
I would be stressed.
Yes.
I would be very stressed.
But obviously, half the time, golf is definitely a great stress reliever half the time for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What takes more skill, right? So is it patience with process or the power in the moves?
Patience with process for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What that mean?
So, go ahead.
What's that?
So-
Expert.
So in golf now, right? If you're patient with process, that's basically saying like, you know, like understand that this is a hard sport and it will take you a while to get to a decent level playing decent skill level playing golfer.
Yeah.
As to you coming into a power, you thinking, oh, if you smack the ball really hard, it's gonna go further. It's actually the opposite. If you smack it really hard, you might lose control. So with golf, you have to actually like just understand that, hey, this thing takes time, and I'm here to actually learn this game and just whatever happens, and just like this say you swing and pray. That's the word. You know, you swing and wherever the ball happens, it happens. Fuck it.
Okay, what would be like your go-to mindset? Would it be like more so, okay, in terms, right? Is it like the driver or is it a wedge style when it comes to your mindset playing?
Damn. I'll say
ready.
the putter.
Okay.
Yes, the putter, because the putter is the finisher.
Okay.
There's this word in golf that says you drive for dough, you drive for show, you putt for dough.
Okay.
You know what that means?
Yeah.
No.
Explain.
I don't.
Explain.
You know what I mean?
No idea.
We can assume, but explain.
No idea.
So you drive for show. That means like, you know, obviously you want to come out
good.
there and you smack the ball 300 yards.
It looks good.
It looks good. Like, oh wow, he's a pro golfer. But can he finish though?
That's what matters.
Exactly. If you drive that ball 300 yards, boom. Okay, you're on the green in 2, and you 5-putt. You trash. You're trash.
You can't close it.
Exactly, you're not a closer. Me, I'm a closer. I close deals. That's
There we go. Talk that shit.
Listen, you can ask her. I close deals.
Yeah.
That's what they call me. I'm the closer. So yeah, that definitely. I'm a putter for sure.
Okay. With all of what you learned, what area in life right now would you say like you're still trying to like what's the phrase? Read the green.
Ooh, read the green.
Mad golf terms. I don't know
I'm
what
ready.
the fuck he's talking about. I have no idea. I'm learning with y'all.
So read the green means you know how like sometimes you could see this table and you see like a flat surface, right? But when you get a little lower, you see like a little break, a little hill. And then obviously you know not to go straight. You will play the hill, which is the break. And when you play the hill, the ball goes either left or it goes right. I mean, are you following?
I'm with you.
Okay,
I'm with you.
so in terms of the question, in my life right now, I'm at the point where I'm trying to just have the right people around me and my team, you know, because at the end of the day in this business, I'm going against everybody doing what I'm doing. And I want them to go against my team because my team is the strongest team out there.
That's
so
right.
I'm trying to build a strong team right now. That's like my timing right, my phase right now, say.
Okay. What and everything that you did, what moment in life did you feel like you hit a hole in one but nobody else saw that for you?
Ooh. The time I hit a hole in one, that's a great question. Actually, the night I met you.
Okay.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Where was I at? What was going on that night?
You know, the night I met you, I feel like everything happens for a reason. You know, because when I started my company, it was stressful. You know, do all these things alone and everything. And that night, for some reason, I invited this guy to my party, and that guy invited somebody, and that person turned out to be my COO right now, and she has been a great help to my company. Like I'm telling you, like without her, I'll probably have a gray hair right now because I'll be stressed the hell out right now. So she has been God sent. So I'll say that's like the turning point in my life.
Okay. Can we actually give an introduction to her?
Yeah. Is she gonna come on camera?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Welcome.
Drink too.
Well, yeah. Hold on.
She getting ready.
She getting ready. Absolutely. Hold on now. Okay. Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Let's dive into that night on your end as well.
Oh yeah.
In reference to your experience coming to Golf Insights and just meeting Kelechi.
It's funny too because I would describe it as my hole in one night as well. I think like exactly what he said. Like when we met and how it all happened was just perfect timing. I think in both of our lives, the journeys that we were on, and now like it's turned into a beautiful business partnership. So. On my end, I did not grow up on a golf course. So I'm originally from Detroit, first generation college student, kind of in the city, making it happen. And I joined a finance firm where the golf culture is like huge in the firm. Like everybody golfs. The day I started, my manager went golfing the day before I started with the boy who was starting the same day on my team who was not working under him. So I joined my first day. He's like, "Oh yeah, me and him went golfing yesterday." You and him?
Yeah.
So I'm working at the firm, and it's a couple Black people who work at the firm. So we all kind of, we say hi in passing or whatever. And I happened to run into this guy, and he was just asking me like, what do you do outside of this place? Like, and basically when I started working there, because the golf culture was so big, we had a golf simulator at the office. I was like, clearly, I need to get to it or I'm going to be left out of a lot of conversations. So I started practicing. I started getting in the simulator over the winter time.
Yeah.
And a guy, he kind of asked me, what do you do outside of here? And I'm like, I'm getting into golf, whatever. I had my own vision of like as soon as I learned about golf, I was like, oh shit, like I see the opportunities for our community and like in summer jobs and scholarships and networking for women and Black professionals and all these things that golf gives you access to. And I was immediately like, oh, I'm going to do golf social media. Like I started a page called Black Birdie that has since been retired. But I was telling him all of these things and he was like, oh, my friend is throwing a party called Afro Golf. You should come to the party. And I was like, okay, like, I'll show up. I'm trying to get into it. And that's where we met. And ever since we've been working together, like, we had one call. I met him at the party. We exchanged like Instagram. We had one call and I was just like, I'm doing this thing called Black Birdie. Like we should collaborate, Golf Insights, yeah. And we just had so many moments in the call where it was just like, hold on. Like by the end of the call, he was like, forget collaboration. Like we need to build something together.
That's actually, yeah.
So yeah.
I love
like
that.
You said, it's amazing how things work.
Yeah. I tell her like I feel like she was God sent because that was literally somebody that I was looking for. Someone that before I say it, she's already thinking it already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like our brain just works alike, and she's also a closer as well. She's a closer too. The
closers.
When it comes to business, she's a savage, just like I am. So that's I'm just like, I want her for sure, and I got her. I get what I want.
There we go.
Yeah. We spoke and I was just like, I want you, whatever you want. I'm willing to do what it takes to get you on board. And yeah.
That's I love that. You see the value in each other, you know? That's a great thing.
All the qualities that I don't have, I feel like he has, and that's how we are like yin and yang with that.
So y'all compliment each other.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So she got on that quick. She said, I knew nothing about golf.
Yeah.
She said, I'm going to learn. She said, we got to simulate it.
I'm big on like
shout out to the curiosity.
All you had to give me was the opportunity. I'm going to take it. And I saw the opportunity. Everything I needed to start my golf journey was right there. And there was no way I was being left out. I saw it.
Okay. So is this something you think you would play golf long term?
Oh yeah,
You see yourself
actually,
now?
so I started just for the professional reasons, but
Yeah.
I fell in love with it too. Like he was saying, like once you get out there, it's like, oh wait, like I think I've been able to experience wealth in ways that I would never have been able to out on the golf course. And when I'm out there, I'm like, oh no, I deserve this. I'm not just out here doing something like this belongs to me too kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And it just feels so good out there. Like I fell in love. I have little brothers and sisters. I'm trying to get them into it now. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
like I see the bag, and everybody needs to get to it.
That's right.
Just to follow up what she said, so with golf now, like when you play this sport, because people play basketball and football and they have a passion to go pro, but with golf, literally all you have to do is just know how to speak the language, know how to swing a club, and next thing you know, you're playing golf with the CEO of your company. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like you don't necessarily have to go pro in the game of golf. Just know to play the game and speak the language, and next thing you know, you get invited to outings, and you get in that promotion that you want, that raise that you want. So that's what we're trying to preach out there to people, let them know these things, because you're missing out on millions of dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you said that, man, how you two guys met and like how everything just worked out, how it worked out. But to touch on something that you said as far as like earlier, you was talking about, like creating opportunities. That's what Golf Insight is doing, correct? Like
Yes.
create opportunities for people who probably wouldn't have had those opportunities.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. And so what are some of the things that you're doing to create more opportunities for, like, let's say people who don't have access?
Afro Golf, More Golf, Less Ego. These are events that we host.
Right.
We also we go to schools, middle schools, high schools, kindergartens to actually have some clips on my Instagram. I don't know if you guys seen it. I go to schools and I teach these kids golf. I go to after school programs too to introduce golf to the kids. And I learned that the kids are playing golf right after I left, and they want to play golf again. And they're asking, "Oh, when will I come back next?"
I love
and
that.
they actually want to take a trip to the golf course now.
You know what's crazy? If I'm thinking about it, just dating back, I don't think that was like a common thing for someone to come to the school and actually like,
Nope.
Hey, let me teach you golf.
Yeah.
Like, so that holds its space on its own for real.
Yeah, and do you want to tell them the big news this week?
What's up? What's going on this week?
The big news.
What's going on this week?
It's really that to build on that, we're hitting like these age groups at every access point that we can.
Okay.
So right now, like you said, like we're doing the schools and nonprofits with like the K through 12 kids. We're trying to get into those like professional development programs for the college kids.
Yes.
And then this week we're actually doing our first executive event with a big financial institution that we will not name right now.
Okay. Yeah.
With the Black Employee Network there, and exactly that too, like trying to get in with those Black professionals too. So like at every level we have experiences. We're trying to do like summer camps for the kids, like really trying to hit every point that we can so that everybody has access to them.
I love this.
Yo, y'all working.
Yeah, y'all think about it, right? Look, if y'all think about it, I don't hear about
nobody doing this either.
nah,
so like y'all like
Yo, seriously, y'all gotta give yourself a lot of credit, man.
Yeah.
This
been
this
busy.
is a big deal. Yeah.
When I first met Shartia, I asked her one question. I asked her, where do you see this company in the near future? That's all I had to ask her. And she told me, I see this company being like a $1 billion industry soon. And just like that was just like mindset. That's all I want to hear.
Mindset.
And it's just just that someone that sees where this company is going in the future and what we do, that wants to actually put in time to push the message out there. That's all I care about, the message being out there, because I want to change lives of people, not just the money. Because obviously, if I care about the money, events would be like $100 tickets. But obviously, people paying like $20 to come to events, open bar, play golf, and eat for $20. That shows that I genuinely want to.
I have a passion
for the
in it.
game,
Yeah.
for the sport. So yeah.
I love that. All right, let me on a lighter note real quick. 1 second. I think one thing I didn't ask. Do you guys have like a pre-shot routine when you play golf?
So for me, I like to get to the course 30 minutes early.
Okay.
To warm up a little bit.
I love that.
Yeah, warm up, do my stretches.
It's like the workouts, Kev.
Yeah, because whenever I get there right on time for my tea time, I play bad. I'm going to play bad regardless, But it's just when I get there early, I get in that rhythm where I warm up a little bit. I putt. I don't do ranges. I don't go to the range. I don't like to. No.
Just to putt.
Just to putt.
Because you're all about finishing. You're the closer.
Yeah, I'm a closer.
That's right. That's right, baby.
I'm a closer.
That's right.
I'm a closer, but sometimes my putts don't be closing. My putts are missing sometimes. But hey, it happens.
That's why you practicing. That's why we keep going.
But believe it or not, the putting is the hardest part in golf. That's like the hardest part, putting.
I can imagine that's where all the nerves are.
Yes.
And especially if you have that crowd of the silence. This is my right from the outside looking in, the silence.
Yes.
The crowd attention, right? And then like just once again, you yourself in your head. Like regardless if this is the shortest distance out of everything I just did.
Yep.
In this moment, if I miss, that feeling of like, yo, I fucking like I suck. Like,
you suck.
That's what I would think. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what Tiger Woods pops used to do, right?
What?
When he was putting,
What?
He would have the change in his pocket, and every time Tiger Woods was putting, he would move the change in his pocket.
Word.
Right.
That would give you
So that'll make him focus.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he wouldn't block out all the noise. But like you said, so there's a sense of quietness. You just block out all the noise.
Yeah.
So it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, like like when you out there, before you hit every shot, it's all you hear is breeze.
That's all you love it.
That's all you hear.
You love it.
Everything is quiet. It's just that peace of mind, bro. And then you hit the ball and you fuck up. It's like, I'm back to going.
All right, hold on. I have something here for you, right? So two things, right? If your past self was a golf course, right? What kind of terrain would it have? Flat and predictable, wild and scenic, or full of hidden bunkers?
Ooh, wait, ask that question again?
Okay.
If your past self was a golf course.
If your past self was a golf course, what kind of terrain would it have? Flat and predictable, wild and scenic, or full of hidden bunkers?
Wild and scenic for me.
Wild and scenic? Okay.
I would say that too because my past was wild, but he said if my past was a golf course.
Wild and scenic
Wild and scenic for you?
for you.
For you.
Okay, Well,
Is that your answer? Is that your answer?
because I'm also unpredictable too. I'm also that unpredictable.
Yeah, that's the second one. The first one is
The first one is flat and predictable.
Oh, flat and predictable. Oh,
Unless you're the last, which is full of hidden bunkers.
Nah, I'll say wild and scenic. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. How about you? Say.
She's on the same.
Yeah.
Elaborate? No.
Yeah.
Wild and scenic.
You see, I would, but y'all watching. So,
All right. I got another one, right? Both of you guys, right? So which part of your mindset needs the most work? Your backswing, right? Which I would correlate to like preparation,
Yeah.
right? Your follow through, execution, or your grip control?
my follow through for sure.
Follow through.
Yeah.
Okay, so execution. Okay,
I think my backswing.
and a backswing. This is
in
why the
terms of golf,
compliment.
though, right?
Compliment, right?
In terms of golf. Though,
Okay,
right?
we can do both in terms of golf and outside of golf.
Okay, so in terms of golf, my issue is my follow through.
Okay.
Yeah, because over time I learned that when you slow things down, when you slow down your backswing, you get more control. And then it's just for me now, right? I slow down my backswing, and then when I'm following through, it's just too fast, and I kind of mishit the ball sometimes. So definitely in golf, it's gonna be my follow through. But in real life, what's the other one again? It says
So backswing preparation, follow through, execution, or your grip control.
damn, honestly, in real life, I'll say I have
Same
all three
thing?
in real life, to be
All
honest.
three?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have execution, and like I said, I'm a closer.
Closer.
There you go. Yeah,
I
yeah.
have execution, I have control, and what's grip again? Control, right?
Yeah, you had it.
Control.
Yeah, grip is control.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, just in real life, I have all three, so that'll be a tough one. Well, how about you? What you say?
What
My preparation.
preparation?
My preparation.
I feel like this goes back into what you guys said, the complimenting one another.
Yeah.
When it comes to I think that makes sense.
What if I'm
I
lacking?
think in our relationship, I feel like even though in my personal life preparation, I think in our relationship I do a lot of preparation and then he does a lot of the follow through. And I
Okay.
think we work like that.
Like literally, we get on the call. Like we speak almost every day. Every day, right? Every day.
Yeah.
We speak
the
every day.
CEO COO relationship.
Yeah.
We gotta talk every day.
We talk every single day. And literally after a call, like I'm a type of guy where like I want things done like right now. I don't waste no time. She knows that I don't play. You know, if I want things done right now, if you can't do it, I'm gonna get it done myself. That's how I am. I just get things done as soon as possible. Get out the way. Why delay? Why waste time? You feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we work well because I like to get right to it. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
But in your background with finance, you gotta like in finance, you gotta be sharp.
A
You gotta
lot
get
of
things done.
the things right now too, the team that I work on in terms of my full-time position, like the leader of my team she's a managing director, which is high as you can be on like a management team. And she's like 32, which is like coming from other places I work. Yeah. Like
you see somebody
she's a shark.
double.
She's a shark. And I think like the way that she has us operating on the team, like a lot of the like she gets shit done, and I'm able to like watch that and then emulate that in my own business, and it's super valuable. The things I can take from that environment.
Okay, I love that. When in terms of Golf Insight and both of your fields, respectfully, right? Where do you see like when everything is over and you step off the golf course? Where do you see yourself? What does the game over look like for you?
Game over. So basically, you're saying like, what's the end goal?
Yeah,
for the company.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it that way.
The end goal right now is to build an ecosystem. We're trying to build a community around golf. Well, not with golf, but we're using golf to create that community.
That's the muse.
Yes.
So you're using golf as the muse. Okay.
To create that community where in a sense where like we have the finance people in this ecosystem, we have the nurses, we have the doctors, we have the officers, we have detectives, we have all that people in the ecosystem where like we're here to uplift each other because we're all about building a community and we want to help each other grow.
Yes.
So that's the vision in the long term. I mean, you want to add on to this too?
Yeah, I would say like we always say with Golf Insights, like we execute on that vision through experiences, innovations, and it's like events, education, and innovations, basically. Experiences, education.
Innovation.
Innovation.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the... No.
Yeah, essentially, like we've done a great job developing our kind of education piece where we go to the schools and nonprofits. We go to the schools, like the schools and the nonprofits, and then we do the like one-on-one lessons as well, group lessons as well. We do, I think with the events, we have the social events, we have the executive events. Innovation is really that long-term goal. We're building out some proprietary technology that we won't speak on too much now, but I think I think that's going to be like the once that dream comes to fruition, like that's when we'll both be able to sleep at night.
Yes, pretty much. And to add on to what she said, we also want to build our own golf center.
Yes.
That's also in the works too, because I don't know if you heard about my Guinness World Record I'm doing this summer.
We're gonna get
My bad. I'm away.
I mean, we could touch on it now. Yeah, we could talk about
it. Bring it up.
So okay, right. So from what I understand, right, you are attempting what exactly? I know it's a Guinness World Record, but what is it exactly?
So it is the Guinness World Record for the longest golf marathon. What that means is I'll be playing golf for 24 hours nonstop.
What's the longest you've played golf already?
The longest I've played golf was on a Sunday. I started up at 10 o'clock and I was finished and I played till 6 o'clock. That's the longest I've played golf.
Okay. What like, are there breaks? Do you go for lunch? Like what, how does that work?
It was just, cause I walk. When I play golf, I like to walk. So I walk.
Definitely got your steps in.
Yeah, absolutely. I walked the golf course and this one was a long, this one, I think I walked like 10 miles on the golf course that day. It was a Sunday and it was busy. Man. Obviously when it's busy, you spend 2 hours extra on the golf course. So after I was done playing on this course, on my way back home, I was like, yo, I ain't tired yet, man. Let me go play golf real quick. So I went to somewhere else in a different course.
And played
a different course.
Oh my God.
And I played that till about 6 o'clock, I would say. And I was like, I'm done. Let me go home. I'm doing too much now.
Yo.
But I did that because I want to prep myself for my Guinness Marathon because I can't really train for that because I'm playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
What should I do?
What would be a method to actually train
He's
for
just
that?
golfing as much as he possibly
probably,
can every single day.
Exactly. Like, how do you train for that?
Are you gonna create challenges for yourself? Like, because I have this 24 hours, let me try to beat this, or let me,
You see, my challenge for doing that marathon is to get a hole in one.
Okay.
That's because that's like something
that makes sense though.
Yes.
Yeah, you got 24 hours. I would think like
so. Hole in one on the par threes. That's like my goal, and also my goal is to beat my score each round. Let's say I played my first round, I shoot like a 79 or 80.
Yeah.
The next round I'll shoot like a 76.
76. Yeah.
But that's not gonna happen. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I'm not shooting like a fucking 100.
And I would think
Start high.
And exactly balance it out. And I think fatigue would kick in too. I don't know. Yeah. So
I'm actually 100, and then hopefully like I close out with an 80 or something. Then I'll be like a good close right there.
That's a good.
I'm a closer, like I said.
There you go. There you go.
So as far as like the Guinness World Record, is it going to be simulation golf? Or is it going to be on a golf course?
So Guinness gave me a requirement. They told me I have to play on the 18-hole golf course, and it has to be at least 6,500 yards in length. That's it. And I have to walk the whole thing.
Oh shit.
Yes, I have to walk the whole thing, and I have to play through the night too.
So now the question is someone going to be there observing?
It's going to be,
yes. It's going to be televised. I'm going to have it on live stream the whole time. I'm going to record the whole thing because they want to see proof.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm hoping that, I have all my communities out there, come out there and support.
You got my support. I'll tell you that.
Hey, thank you, man. That would be a huge thing because we have this Nigerian American out there on the golf course on American soil making history.
History, yeah.
So I expect all my people to come out there and support and, celebrate history. Made in Brooklyn soil.
You mean history's gonna be made?
Exactly. Yeah. There you go.
See, I said history being made.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. Sharp.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm really loving this. Like this.
And there's more. What do you plan to do with the proceeds?
Who's holding back right now? What's cool
from your world record?
All right. So while I'm doing the Guinness World Record, I plan to raise $1 million.
Okay.
Because I bought a property in Nigeria, land, and it's like 3 times the size of the White House. The White House times 3 is that big.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to build a golf center in Nigeria. So the proceeds from the Guinness World Record goes towards building that facility in Nigeria because I believe that us Nigerians are so talented, and we need to raise the future PGA players in Nigeria. Because we don't have none in Nigeria on tour right now.
That's thing, yeah.
Exactly. So I feel like I want to introduce golf to Nigeria in that way, and that would be a good step to build my own facility out there.
That would be huge.
Yeah, definitely. That would be major, man. That would be major.
So, I feel like it's all three, but would you consider whether in reality it's bigger than Golf Insights itself? But like, would you consider it a brand, a movement, or like a mindset?
Can it be all three?
That's to me. Yeah. I put that in each, but like a brand, a movement, a mindset.
The reason why it's a brand because at the end of the day it's a business. That's why it's a brand.
Yeah,
it's a mindset because for you to be a Golf Insights team member, you have to have that mindset, that closer mindset. We definitely talk all the time because if you don't have that mindset of a shark, you can't work with us because we can't speak the same language.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can speak on this too. What do you think?
Yeah, I think in terms of our team, that's something that we definitely have in common. But I think it's like the love of the game and that desire to spread the game as well. It's like that's the Golf Insights mindset. Like golf is for everybody, and we wake up and go to sleep thinking about how we can create this ecosystem to make sure that everybody feels welcomed and represented in the sport too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So definitely, what's the what you said? It was the movement,
the movement and mindset.
Yep. So it's definitely out there. I can't. If you don't have the mindset, there's no brand and there's no movement. So it takes all three.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna take this moment to do it early, right? Because there's a lot of shit being said right now. Okay, this is a segment I like to call Speak Up. I actually want a response from both of you guys, in reference to all of what you guys do, anything that you just mentioned, even if it doesn't apply to anything we just discussed. What would be positive words of affirmation you would give to the audience, your audience, our audience, in all of it? What would you have to say?
A positive word of affirmation?
Yeah. Any message that you want to put out there. It could be, once again, for the golf community, outside of the golf community.
Let's go golfing. No. Honestly, my message would be whatever you want to do in life, you have to do things with intention. Because growing up, I've always done things just out of just doing things, because my mom said, do this, go do it.
Yeah.
But when I started Golf Insights, it was a thing where I had a lot of doubts because it's something new. But I believe in myself and I believe in the vision. And I just kept going. Because those people that doubted me in the beginning would be the same people telling me like, wow, you did it. This, let me work for you now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, it's just like, don't doubt yourself. Whatever you have in mind to do, definitely do it with intentions and integrity. And that would be my advice to people watching right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yourself?
Don't doubt yourself. I think for me, golf was not something that I ever saw for myself, ever. If you would ask me 3 years ago, even if I was like going to work in finance, like it was not something I planned to pursue. I think like, don't be afraid to explore areas where you might not be represented or like you have access to everything. Like that's it. Point blank period. Like those rooms that you think you're not supposed to be in, like you are supposed to be in those rooms at the end of the day. I think like my positive affirmation, and it doesn't have to be golf specifically, but obviously we're pushing golf too.
Yeah, of
so
course, yeah.
Get out on the golf course, try golf.
Yes,
if you've
yes,
never tried
yes.
golf, like take a couple swings. But I think like more broadly, if it's not golf and there's something else that you're interested in, but you feel like, oh, I never see, like just do it. Just do it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Truly.
Okay.
Just do it and keep swinging.
There we go.
That's our motto, keep swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it is. My shirt, it's right there, keep swinging.
Okay, yeah. So for Golf Insights, for the venue that's, what's the address exactly?
The one coming up next week?
Next week, and the venue the Afro Golf.
That was X Golf Brooklyn.
Okay, so X Golf Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
How does, just for people the curiosity, right? How does it work if I were to walk into this space and like maybe I want to like I guess rent a lane? Like how does that work? Is it exactly that? Do you just rent a lane? Is it?
Well, so it's not as simple. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of finessing, I'll say, because you go out there and they be like, our price is $7,000. You be like, I bet $7,000. Here you go. But you gotta finesse, man. Come on, you gotta finesse this.
No, I think he means for like if you just wanted to go to Golf Zone and play around, like what would the process be for somebody who's never golfed before to just like go?
I thought you meant the plan.
No, not no.
You see, it's
Look,
like
yeah.
But yeah, you can literally just call and book Bay, and that's it. It's literally that simple.
So it's called a bay.
Yeah, it's called a bay. Yeah, each section is called a bay. You call them up, be like, hey, I'm gonna come. I say, how many people? You be like 2-3 people, and they be like, okay, $80.
Yeah,
and you come there, you pay. If you have clubs, that's better.
You
if
can
you don't have
bring your own
clubs, they have
clubs.
clubs for you there. You can just rent for like $20, I think.
Okay.
per hour, and they give you clubs, and you just
keep swinging.
You keep swinging,
exactly,
yeah.
and you keep drinking
swinging.
too.
Okay, yeah.
They
yeah.
got drinks there, they got food and all that good stuff.
Okay. And okay, so now in your off time outside of what all do you do? Is everything your downtime? There has to be some downtime where there is no golf. What does your day look like?
Dang, honestly, there's no downtime, man.
There's no downtime. Yeah, I respect it. I respect
There's
it.
no downtime.
I respect
man.
it.
Like
Literally
literally,
golf all the time with him.
literally, bro. I'm waking up. I'm thinking about golf, and many times she'll wake up and she's texting me like at midnight talking about golf. So I'm always thinking of just
Obsessed.
golf.
Yes,
golf.
obsessed.
But other than golf, I love to travel.
Okay.
Yeah, I love to travel a lot. I love to eat too.
Okay.
I love to eat a lot.
What's your big foodie? What's your
Nigerian food, of course.
that was biased. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Nigerian food, of course.
Anywhere in all of where you traveled, is there anywhere that excited you the most? Like anything that stood out?
I'm gonna say this place, but not for the reasons you're thinking. But my favorite trip is Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then your favorite golf courses?
I do it.
Your favorite? You say nothing.
I didn't even say anything.
But you saying like your favorite place destination or your favorite golf course?
My
He's saying his
favorite place. That's what you asked, right?
Yeah. Look, now.
So what's your favorite golf course you played on?
No.
Yeah. That's what you asked, right?
That's what I asked.
Exactly.
Correct. Yeah. So okay, what about the favorite golf course? Let's go.
Favorite golf course. I play a lot of courses, man.
Or let's say top 3, because it's hard to choose just one more than likely.
Damn. Dang. I play Betpage. That's definitely number 1.
Okay.
I play Betpage. There's a course in Long Island. It's called Port Washington Harbor Links.
Okay.
That's a nice course. Number 2. There's this course I play every Sunday in Long Island. I hate this course with passion, but it's just very, very challenging. So that's number 3, Holbrook. I play every Sunday. And because of that course, my handicap is what it is now. Because whenever I play it, I'm always in the hundreds. Wow. It's a lot of trees, a lot of waters, and I just hate that course so much. But I always come back. I don't know why. I always come back.
The challenge.
Exactly.
The challenge. That's what it is.
Yeah, but that was my third favorite course. Yeah.
Keep swinging, right?
Keep swinging, man.
Keep swinging.
Keep swinging.
Okay, so for people that are interested in golf, or even like once they see this, build the interest, what is something like where would you say they can go that provides them maybe the correct golf clubs, like gear and stuff of that nature?
A place they could go is this Instagram page. It's called the page is golf__insights.
Okay.
You go.
That's talking about. That's right. That's right.
So you go on that page and
Always closing.
Always closing.
so you go on that page and they teach you literally everything that you need to know about golf, and they also show you what it's like to be on a golf course as a black man. And you can also book them for events, or if you want to learn about how to play golf or how to swing a club, you can also DM them, and they'll definitely introduce you and teach you how to do those things.
Okay.
We have a lot of tips and tricks that we offer for making the sport more affordable as well, like playing public courses and using golf apps to kind of book. You can book off-peak tee times. It's usually cheaper to play. You can find like discount tee times on certain golf apps. You can buy used equipment. That's something in terms of like people who are just starting. I definitely had to drop a little. I bought myself clubs for Christmas.
Absolutely, yeah.
Drop a little, but I think if you're a person that's just getting started and you want some cheap equipment, like thrift stores, like it's very eBay, even like to get a used pair of clubs. My manager, who's been golfing for years, like really, really into the game, he recommended to me even. He's like, I buy used clubs. Like if I need a new driver, I'll go buy one on eBay before I go buy a brand new one. So even like really good golfers are using like used equipment.
Yeah.
So that's a good place to start.
Yeah, because some of that stuff gets expensive.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking and for people. Yeah, where do they?
Well, for me, I bought my first brand new set.
Yeah.
I would say like 6 months ago. Because I've been playing golf for like almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I've been using like used clubs for the past 2 years. And for the first time ever, I bought like brand new sets like 6 months ago. I mean, hey, it definitely felt good, using with something brand new. But if you're a beginner, definitely like she said, get used clubs. That's definitely like a cheaper way to start playing the sport.
Okay. So I think before you sat on, I think there were a couple questions I had asked him. I actually want to ask you.
Okay. Yeah.
So in reference to like the stresses where he gave his side of it.
Yeah.
For you, what are the stresses as the COO in reference to like the finance stuff in reference to your market and what's going on?
I think for Golf Insight specifically, the stressors, like I think that, like he was saying, like we're trying to build a team. Mm-hmm. The biggest challenge is that the opportunities are flowing in faster than we can manage as two people, honestly. Like business is booming. And just being the two of us, like we have 2 events coming up this week, and we have people contracted on as well, helping out with web, and 3 events with web and so many other things. But at the end of the day, it's really just the two of us managing so much. I think the biggest stressor is like there's opportunities that we just haven't had the chance to get to, even things that are sitting in our inbox, things that like even more we could be doing, but we haven't quite found that right team of people who both like have that drive to get shit done, like are willing to go to sleep and, wake up and go to sleep thinking about Golf Insights, and actually like care about the game too. I think that's something that's really important to both of us building out a team. Like we want you to actually like golf. Like for me, I love the sport, but I'm just learning. I've only been out there actually a couple of times, but like we do want to work with people who like love golf too.
Okay. All right. What would be what is your like your ventilation? What is your
Like, what do I need to breathe on the golf course, you mean? Or like,
you both. So in terms of the golf course and in terms of just like with these stressors, like what's your own outlet?
What's my outlet? That's a great question. I think I rest as much as I can, really. It's like giving myself, there are some nights I'm like, you know, he'll be like, can we talk tonight? I'm like, no. Like, no, like, not, we're going to talk tomorrow. Like, basically, I think giving myself the rest, because I am like working full. It's really like having 2 jobs, really. Like all the time I spend outside of resting or seeing my friends, like I'm spending on Golf Insights.
Yeah.
And so I think making sure I take the time to be like, you know, this night is your night off. Tomorrow you can get that deck done, do that presentation, whatever. That's when I'm kind of exhaling.
Okay. And now with the question I'm about to ask, I do not mean this in a sense of divide. Okay. Right? So as a woman, right? And when you're in these spaces, what do you feel like, what's your mindset going in? Like, this is me, truly curiosity.
Yeah.
Like, what is your mindset going into these spaces, right?
Yeah.
Especially because you said this is somewhere, like this wasn't something you was already doing.
Yeah.
You know, so you're kind of going into a space where you may be like the unexperienced person.
Yeah.
And someone may be like the I know it all or I know more.
Yeah.
How is that for you?
I think before this, I did like honestly find myself in more like female only spaces in terms of like the kind of parties I was going to, like where like my friend group was hanging out. So I do feel like I'm around men a lot more than I was before I was playing golf.
Yeah.
I think. And I think going into, I have a lot of like, I think grace of that, like, you know, sometimes I hear some locker room talk. I hear some shit I'm not supposed to hear.
Yeah.
But I know like these are the environments that I'm going into. So, you know, it's cool. I think everybody has been very welcoming though, in terms of like golf so far. The people on my team, the people at my company who love golf, these like, you know, white finance guys, when they hear, you know, I like golf, they're not like, you know, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
They're kind of like, oh, you know, they're interested in
the passion of golf.
Yeah, they want to bond. They
supersedes everything.
Exactly that. It's the same thing of like, people really do love the sport, and they love when people love the sport. And I've been getting a lot of that.
I think. Well, I'm only saying this because I'm like, I guess I would consider myself like the outside looking in, even though I've picked up the club now I have the interest. I will be honest, right? But I think from the outside looking in, that may be actually because it's like more of a smaller niche.
Yeah.
So that passion that's there for the sport, it almost has to be stronger, I would think. In comparison to like sports that we like necessarily idolize isn't the right word, but we like, you know, uphold to a different stature. So I would think like it's more of a community built like basis. Hey, oh, you really love this? Like, okay, let's build, let's work. Let me teach you. Come on the course. Let's exercise, whatever. Like the backswing, the follow through, the putt, etc., so forth.
And I think too, to build on the question you asked, just more like as a woman too. I've found since I've been doing this, so many more women who golf than I ever even thought.
Embrace it.
I was coming from golfing. The first time I ever went on a course with Kalechi, I like, you know, went to the nail salon after or whatever, but I still have my clubs with me.
They're looking at you like,
yeah,
absolutely.
And this black lady in the nail salon, she's like, oh, look at you with your clubs, you know.
Like it's a little like it's a little play thing. You know?
Like, do you golf? And she's like, oh yeah, I've golfed for 16 years, like a black. Wow. And we would have never had that conversation if I didn't have those clubs with me.
Makes a difference.
Like,
yes.
I'm watching like women. I think I saw a stat that was like women's golf is up like 30% or something over the last 3 years or something like that. And another thing too, when I first joined this company, a guy mentioned to me in passing, he was like, women's golf is the most underutilized NCAA like sports scholarship, basically. And I was like, same thing when I met him. I was like, that sounds like an opportunity for black women to me.
Yeah, that's a lane.
So definitely trying to tap into that too.
It's a good thing, but the question is, how would you get them like more so interested in it? Because like you said, like one of the main things, like being in the United States, the sports they push is women's basketball, like soccer, things of that nature. Like, so what are some of the things you're doing as far as trying to get people more interested in the golf aspect, like into golf?
I think it's the starting young too. That youth exposure, hopefully going into the schools. And like we went to a school, or no, it was a nonprofit, and the kids, they loved it so much they were asking for it again. Like I think once the parents like getting the audience of the kids is one thing, their own genuine interest, but then getting the audience of the parents to say like, okay, this is not just some fun thing. Like your kid can go be a caddy and be making $500 tips on these rounds, and like there's money. All the black boys I know who caddied in middle school, man, they all of them went to college with like so much money in their accounts from the caddying and scholarships. My best friend, he was like he's the only other black kid in my business school section. I went to University of Michigan. He went there on a full ride on a caddy scholarship and lived in like a golf caddy house. All the kids in that house were on golf scholarships.
Look at that.
And it's a national program called the Evans College Program.
Absolutely.
How do we get more black kids into that program?
Get more into that program.
Did y'all know that?
No. This is, I'm learning.
And
I'm all for that.
Absolutely. Like that.
Yeah.
So I think for us, it's like tapping into those youth audiences, because it's like when we do our kids deck too, like we have presentations for different audiences. In the kids, when we have a slide specifically where we show like, these are all the professional athletes that you recognize, the Serena Williams, the Steph Currys. And then we do like, and this is Tiger Woods. Like, golf. You know
this. Yeah,
too.
exactly.
And kind of showing the golf athletes with their trophies and say like, this is a sport where you can compete professionally for money, for fame, and all those things that you like in the other sports as well.
It's all the same.
It's so crazy because it's like, I feel like we would dominate the sport. We're just like we do everything else. It's just like we're not there doing it. But we would, we would dominate golf.
But with Golf Insights, we would get there.
There we go. That's simple. So what I actually see is it's opportunity in it all, but I see an opportunity also of like just multiplying the amount of members that you can have. Like, all right, to what you said, right? The starting base is like getting into the schools and speaking to the kids and whatnot, right? So the thing is, right, the love that the kid builds for the sport, to some degree, the parent must like as well.
Yeah.
I would think so, right? So you're going to get whatever percentage that happens, right? You're going to get a percentage of parents that are going to attempt to play the sport as well and learn it, whether pick up lessons or whatever the case may be, right? Because sometimes you don't want just your kid to be the one playing, and you, same way how you stepped into the field and you like, I don't even know what's going on. Let me learn.
Yeah.
Let me embrace the culture of what's going on. So I would think the same thing.
Practice, I might as well.
Exactly. So now it's like, it's the same thing. Like the parent is going in like, okay, let me embrace this. Hold on. What's going on? Also, if I found out that this is a way that my child can have that scholarship, can go to school full ride, and experience the same thing if they had the passion for any other sport.
Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely. I was going to say something about how people have this perception that golf is expensive. You thought that too, right? Didn't you?
Okay, I can see that. To be honest, I didn't put any like monetary value on it, but I can see that. Yes,
it's a thing. People are saying it's an expensive sport. I don't get into it. It's so expensive. This and that. I mean, that's nonsense, because there's a thing called twilight hours, and what that means is like at 2:00 to maybe like at 4:00 to like 8:00, you're playing for like half the price. So let's say now, right? Let's say the price is like $50.
Yeah,
you're playing for $25. Like, it's called 12 hours, and when people know these things, they could play golf for $25 or even free. Because for free, you could go work on the golf course or be a caddy there, and you can play for free.
And what's crazy is that price is actually the same as like any standard activity you would do anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's probably less when you think about it. Maybe less. So like if you go play pool, go play darts, go to arcade or whatever the hell, like all those little simple things, same price point.
Exactly.
But I think guys who like drink beers at all too, like a lot of those golf places, the golf simulator places like in Manhattan, they'll do like 30 minutes free for every bucket of beers that you buy, whatever.
That's dope.
Man, I know people who go and clean.
Yeah, they clean house. Yeah, like, that makes sense.
Me and 8 people, me and 7 people. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to knowledge, because they don't know about this thing. They don't know about this twilight hours, about the whole buy used clubs. So they assume that you have to come in there, you pay $100 for a round, and you have to buy a whole new golf set.
Yeah.
Which is not the case. So that's why he had Golf Insights to educate everybody about that. Let y'all know that, hey, you don't have to pay this much money to go play golf. You don't have to buy new clubs. This is how you do it for a cheap price.
Yeah.
That's what we teach at Golf Insights.
But it's interesting that you say that because I was in Manhattan with my brother, so we went to Dick's. So they got like the green out there and everything. So I was like, I'm gonna show you how to putt. So he thinks he's Tiger Woods. He really thinks he's Tiger Woods.
So
go ahead.
I was gonna ask you now, right? When you're putting, did you ask how much that putter was?
I saw the prices.
How much?
And I was like, the first thing that come to my mind is like, damn, how many sessions I gotta do to buy this? Because that's how I'm thinking. Everything is in session. I'm like, okay.
Absolutely.
And like the drivers, the putters, they're like $100, $200. Really? And the putters are some of the putters.
Is that cheap?
No, exactly. Exactly. Some of the putters are like more expensive.
Yeah, like $600.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is this one more expensive than this one?
Yeah.
And it's just the putter. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I was loving it. And he's like, yo, we gotta go. But
mind you, that's just a putter.
That's just
a putter.
Yeah.
A driver alone is like $200.
So, hold on. What's the is there a set amount of clubs that comes in a bag? Like break that down.
Yeah, so in the bag you have the driver, the hybrid, the wood, the 3-iron, 2-iron, 1-iron.
Yeah.
But if you want it to be fancy.
Yeah.
But the regular bag is 3-iron, 4-iron, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-iron, pitching wedge, attack wedge, sand wedge.
What the fuck? Hold on. One more time.
Sand wedge.
Hold on. One more time. Break it down.
What's great about having a golfer in your life is that you always you can always get them a club for Christmas, birthday.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, they're gonna love it. So all right. Hold on. One more time. Again.
All right. This is driver. Wood.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, the wood is 2. There's 3 wood and 5 wood.
So there's 2 woods.
Yeah, there's
so that's
2 woods.
3 clubs already. Okay.
Yes. There's the hybrid.
Okay.
There's the 1-iron.
Okay.
2-iron. 3-iron.
It goes to 9.
That's if you're fancy.
And it goes to 9?
In my bag. I have the 3-iron and up.
Okay.
There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 iron. Yes.
Shit.
And each number represents distance.
Okay.
Because let's say that the flag is like 150 yards out. Mm-hmm. You hit like a 9-iron or 8-iron. So each number represents how far the ball goes.
Okay.
A 3-iron goes a lot further because it's longer.
The smaller the number, the further the ball goes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then they have the wedges, the pitching wedge, the attack wedge, the sand wedge.
Yeah.
And those are like the chippers. You could chip
short
those
shots.
ones.
That's for getting out of the sand.
Get out of the sand.
Now I'll add visual representation, but like the actual club face or whatever the terminology is.
You got it. Okay, you got it.
Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I knew that already. Now let me stop. Right? So what's the detailing difference from how it goes from a 9 down?
So from a 9 down is the angle.
Okay.
It's like a little slant. If you see iron, it's like a little slanted on it. It's like they call it the what's the word for these for it? See this thing kicking in, man. What's the word for it?
Angle, the degree?
The degree, there we go. The degree, yeah. So each club from the 9 has like a loft. The loft, that's the word loft.
Okay.
They have a different loft. So the 9 is like a little slanted, and when you see a 7, it's like a little uppity.
Okay.
Like 7, 9.
Curl
so
up, like a curve up.
Yeah, curve up. Yeah. Okay. So that is called the loft. That's what we call that.
Loft.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. So when you get to the wedges, you're gonna see a lot more loft on it. That's why when you hit the sand wedge, that thing goes higher.
The shorter the distance, the chip, like right, the chip.
Yeah, it goes higher. Yes.
Okay. All right.
So that's why. And then we have the putter.
And the putter has.
Let's say that, right? Let's say you have all these bags in your. Let's say you have all these clubs in your bag.
Okay.
The driver alone is like $300, and then you got the wood, which is like $250. You got the hybrid, which is like gonna be like $250 as well, and then you have the 4-iron to the pitching wedge. That's like about $800
each.
No, altogether.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have the putter for like $600. The putter you saw?
600 is what he said.
It's like $600.
So we got 20 something.
That's like. So that's like what? Like $2,000?
More
yeah, $2,000 for sure.
Options.
Yeah, we established that there are more food options.
However,
I'm just curious to hear this.
However, the clubs that you saw on Amazon, those are all bullshit. I'd rather you go buy a used set of Facebook Marketplace than buy the Amazon clubs, because Amazon clubs is not literally giving you like a real life scenario.
Oh, they literally branded their own clubs to sell.
Amazon has it's like a name brand clubs on Wilson and Top Flight.
Okay.
That's bullshit.
Okay.
I prefer a student go to Facebook and buy a club for like $150 off Facebook than buy the Amazon clubs, because the Facebook clubs has like the sand wedge, the pitching wedge, the approach wedge.
Everything, the detail.
But Amazon clubs give you 1 for $3. which is just a W, right? Am I correct? Just a W, and that's it. The W stands for the pitching wedge, sand wedge, and approach wedge. That's like 3 in 1. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Come on now. So I'd rather you go to Facebook and buy a used set of Facebook for like $170 or like $150.
I did get that advice a lot as a new golfer, and I still didn't do that.
Okay.
But I do recommend that new golfers do that.
Yeah.
I just bought a starter set that had like 9 clubs in it. It is Wilson, actually.
Oh, wow.
He's been golfing with me too. He knows exactly what fucking clubs I was.
Oh shit! That's
You know what clubs I was.
Honestly, I forgot.
That's
It's actually a nice starter
Does it work
set.
for you? That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Does it work for you?
And
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he complimented me on the
There
club.
we go. Yeah.
Golfing too.
Don't worry about what he
Yeah,
said.
it's a cute little set.
Okay.
And, you know, I feel like, and another thing, get into the game too, is like the swag is crazy, especially if you're black.
Yeah.
like the golf brands I've been introduced to. Like we went to a golf brand event and he won a Wu-Tang co-branded collab that they did.
Okay.
The bag. It's like
Some
one of
one-on-one
the
shit.
nicest golf bags I've ever seen in my life.
How did I win the bag again? How did I win?
Yeah. Like, hey, wait.
So basically, they had like a challenge competition, and the challenge was you have to hit this thing or make it hit the bucket.
Okay.
And we had all these golfers come out there and do it, and
Street game.
It was like on the street, but they didn't get it. And like obviously I stepped up. Mr. Golf Inside stepped up. I got the club. I said, let me show you how it's done. And I hit that thing, and it hit the bucket. And just like that, I won the bag, and the bag was worth $2,000.
Nice. It's one of the
A golf bag worth. I was just like, dang, $2,000 for a bag.
For a bag.
That's insane.
Yeah, at this point, that's like
so hold on. He said it was two and change already for the clubs, then $2,000 for a bag.
for a
That's
bag.
for-
No, that's just that bag.
That's 101. Okay.
That's just that
golf
bag. Yeah.
it
'cause-
can get up
Okay.
there.
Yeah, expensive.
So which club is used the least?
Probably my 4-3 iron. I don't use this club
You don't use that,
because
okay.
the longer the clubs is, the harder it is to hit. So I tend not to hit those ones at all. Yeah, and plus, given that I'm a long hitter, I hit the ball pretty far.
Yeah.
So I never have to. I never like see. I'm never like in a need to use the longer wedges, the longer clubs, because I hit the ball really far. So let's say like it's a par 4 and it's like 350 yards. I drive the ball 300 yards. And I'm like 50 yards in.
Then you already So
I don't need to use
anything in between.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like it's like a sandwich or some shit. But yeah.
Okay. Damn. All right.
But a beginner like her will probably use everything because because
Why? She gonna get good and she gonna beat you.
And basically,
Yeah.
so I'm waiting to get my nice club
Yeah.
for when I'm actually good. But as soon as I started to see the brands, I'm like, oh shit, I want a nice bag. When he won that bag, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I want one of their bags. So
Damn.
I was right
I
on
feel
the
like
website.
that's a different swag. That's a different
Nah,
level of
it's
swag.
a-
Think
yeah.
about it. You like golf shopping. Like you really like it. That's a whole. You
know,
have to know.
The
Like
stuff gets
when
crazy.
I play golf, I like to look good. You feel me? Because
Tell me about it.
Yo, let me
Tell me about
yeah,
it.
talk that
Tell
shit.
me about it. That's right. There we go.
Right. That's right.
no cap because
Look good, feel
when
good.
When you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good.
That's right.
And not even that, we got the car girls that we driving out there.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
They be checking you out.
There you go.
You feel me?
At all times, CJ.
You see, Tiger had the swag when he was playing back then, you know. So, like when I see Tiger, I'm like, yo, he fly. So the same way I want people to see me in the golf, they're like, yo, he fly. You know, that's it. So I'm a fly guy.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. So okay. So hold on. Okay. So in reference to influence, was it just Tiger?
So Tiger was definitely a big factor in my intro to golf, I would say, because growing up, I was an insecure kid. Growing up, I was insecure, and not just me. Every African that come to America have that insecurity that they face, literally. So for me, I was trying to find the American figure that I want to mimic. I want to be like
similarity.
Yes, growing up, I was. This is like back in 2014. Back then was when Bobby Schroeder was the hottest thing in town. I tried to be like Bobby Schroeder. I would dress like this guy. I would go to school. I do like the shimmy dance. Yeah, like bro, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yes. That was like one of the American guy that I tried to mimic to be like. And then we had Steve Harvey. I had a pair, but like I was always wearing suits. I was bald.
Yeah.
Like I was.
He was going through the phases.
Yeah, because I see this man. I'm just like, yo, I want to be just like this man because they are very, very influential.
Yeah.
And then there's a Washington. I was watching his speech, and I was, I just loved himself.
impactful, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I found Tiger Woods. And they know because I was at the golf course.
That like timeline is so random. Like
I'm telling you, bro,
they don't even do the same thing.
Exactly. It's just about finding that African American figure that you could look up to and be like, he's respected. I want to be just like him.
Yes.
And Tiger was one of the people that I definitely saw. And the fact that I worked at a golf course, I was just like, yo, he fly. What's up? And they like I said, I struggle with insecurity because I grew up in a 8-family household. I have 2 older brothers.
Okay.
And I was always being compared to them. Whatever I do, it's always, but he does it better. And I always try extra hard to be just like them.
Yeah.
And now I found golf. It's like I don't have to try
got
hard
your
anymore.
own lane.
Yeah, this is like my own thing now. So now I'm here doing my own thing, and now it's just natural. So and people could tell when these people could tell, So that's definitely an insecurity that I faced growing up, and now it kind of helped me out. And I'll say this is like an insecurity turned passion for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's your story right there.
That's my story.
Your schooling, it was in Nigeria?
I went to school in Nigeria, yes. And then I came to America and I went to a private school when I first started. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because if I went straight to the public school, I would have been bullied.
Especially what you said. Well, with you saying like with the insecurities and stuff like that, that is a little tough on the road of trying to find like a sense of validation.
Yeah.
And then dealing with like, especially like in New York City or something like that, it's ridiculous. Same thing, regardless. But
yeah.
It's a lot to bear knowing that you're coming from somewhere else. You're entering a place where you already don't know anyone, and you're looking for something, and then it's tough. I can understand.
Yeah, it was definitely tough, man, because it's just you're trying to let's say now because I did track in high school, and my brother also did track, and he was actually one of the fastest guys in my high school. Like he was
and then
in the nation.
There goes the comparison.
Yeah. So whenever I did my own, I did 100 meters. Whenever I ran, I think my time was like 11.9, something like that. And then it'll be like, oh, he got that wisdom. That's his name, wisdom.
Yeah.
He got that wisdom speed. I'm just like, yo, this. I'm Kalechi. I'm not wisdom.
I'm my own person.
This is I'm my own person. But it's just I'm always being compared to my brothers, and I just didn't like that. And with golf, I'm literally out there just swinging my swing, and I have people telling me like, yo, you have a nice swing, dude. You just I'm being me.
That's your swag.
And people recognize that, and I just love it, man. I'm just being myself.
All right. So may I ask how is it with your brothers now that you have that own lane of yours?
They honestly they're happy for me because they see the work I put in, and they also understand the struggle that I've definitely obtained to get to this level.
Yes.
Because they also see that I hate it, being compared to them. My other brother, he's in LA. His name is Great. He's an influencer, and he's a TV or whatever it is, TV influencer and all that. And whenever I try to, they call it now. They call it second. What's the word? When you take a shirt off on Instagram, what do you call that? Thirst trap?
Thirst trap and stuff like that, yeah.
So I was always into the thirst trapping, coming out the pool, and just posting. If you got a nice body, you want to show it. It's IG, shit.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah. So I was always posting, just my body, why not, on IG? Nothing crazy, just me on the beach, and me coming out the pool, and I was always
created an OnlyFans and shit.
No, I ain't go that far. But it's just when I was posting that, I was always being compared to him. Oh, he wants to be like this guy. I want to be like this guy. But I'm just posting just because I want to. But I had to stop doing that because I found a different passion now. And now my page is King Kalechi, and I post literally what I want to post for myself. Yeah, so it's a big transformation for myself, I'll say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let me end off just saying this in reference to all social media platforms and stuff like that. Where do we find you guys or Golf Insights and specifically on whatever platforms that it is listed? To whomever.
On Instagram at golf__insights.
Okay.
We do have a website. It is currently under construction.
Yes.
Okay.
We're rebranding it to make it better for the community.
And the website is going to give us exactly what? What's the direct? Can I ask? Is that
yeah. The website is just going to lay out all of the pillars of our organization again. Like we do so much, and we want to organize it and display it well so that people understand when they get to the website exactly what we are and who we serve. So right now, I think the site that we had, it really it really leaned into our social events, obviously, because that was the biggest piece of like how the brand was developed. But now, you know, we're doing executive events, we're doing nonprofit education, one-on-one lessons. Like there's so much going on. So we just want to have that organized in one place for the people to see what we're about.
Okay. So when can I get some lessons?
Hey man,
He's the good golfer.
What's going on? When can I get some
hey man.
lessons?
So if you want some lessons, just go to golf_insights and you DM them, and we'll get back to you.
Back to you.
That's it.
Okay. Is there any last comments? Any events? Is there anything that we missed?
Oh yeah, events. Yeah, of course.
What's going on? Events. Yeah.
We got events coming up on May 25th. It's for the culture. That's the name of the event, for the culture. And
Four.
Yeah.
Four. Yeah.
The culture.
For the culture.
Yes,
Yeah.
for the culture. That's what the event is called. It's a social event that's for Memorial Day. And it's meant to show you guys what the culture is like in the golf community. You know, when you're playing golf, you're having a good time, you drinking, you networking, and you also, playing golf.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the event is for. If you want to add on to what the event is about.
Yeah, it's really for people of all levels. If you're an amateur, you've never picked up a club before, come to the event. If you golf every day and you want to win a gift in a long drive contest or something, come to the event. So it's really about building that community, everybody getting in the same room together, drinking, having a good time.
Okay. Are you sure? Because I don't want to pull up. I don't want to be in someone's bay, and then they start they acting like they not good, and then all of a sudden I'm two hits in, and all of a sudden they start going crazy.
It's gonna be a good mix.
That's a good answer.
We got some mini games, some very light, easy mini games for the people who can't, are just getting into the game. So even if like you can barely hold a club, like there's fun to be had at the event.
Yeah, and also we also have instructors there that are willing to help you out in terms of gripping, hitting, whatever it is you want to do.
Yeah,
they're always there to help you out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. Anything you want to leave with, Kev?
No, I think this is very informative. I like what you guys doing, and that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah. Just to wrap it up to what he said, I really love what you guys are doing. I think curiosity will always be the muse. From everything that we've heard, this is this is a big deal, guys. Like I think this is something that people should honestly look into. Even for me, like just growing up, it was always based on curiosity. Like any activities that I chose to partake in, it was just the idea of like, can I do this? So for everyone out there, I think give it a try. If you really do not like it, then go back to what you were doing. But if you never try it, you will never know if it is for you. Whether that's just a matter of picking it up as a hobby or playing as a sport. And I'll leave it at that. So, this is Speaks and Sip. Speak up, speak loud, or don't speak at all. And we out. I love that.
Keep swinging.
Yes. Keep swinging.